Hello YouTube and welcome back to my Let's Play of Pokemon FireRed version. In the last episode we finally cleared the cycling road. Well, actually we did it in one episode. After speeding through it and finally reached Fuchsia City yet again. And in this episode, due to unpopular demand, I'm going to be covering the Safari Zone because, quite frankly, I want an HM that you get in there so that I can, you know, fight better. I'll explain once I, get inside the Safari Zone. First off, I want to show some things in the city. One is the move deleter, which is this guy right here. I'm not going to use him because I don't really need to use him, but the only reason you come to his house is if you want to delete HM moves, because HM moves cannot be deleted normally. You have to go to the move deleter in order to delete them. Another thing is this house, where you're going to notice there's a boulder here that he needs strength to get through. You're not going to get... Wait, no, we don't have strength yet. We get it from this guy? I think we get it from this guy. He's the warden. Apparently, he says... Wait, let me try this again. Yes? So that's not really an incomprehensible language that he's kind of speaking. He's obviously he's trying to speak English, but he can't because he kind of lost his teeth, and you're going to have to find them in the Safari Zone. So you actually do need to go into the Safari Zone to proceed through the story. There's a rare candy around here somewhere. I forgot where it is. Oh wait, but that's what my trusty item finder is for. This thing is actually useful. I know there's one. Okay, so it's somewhere to my left. So I'm just gonna keep pressing A. No? Wait. It said to my left. Now where? Okay, up. I went up. I clicked everything here. Where else could it be? Okay, down. So it's in the flowers. Okay. So apparently I can't just check through the flowers by myself. I have to actually click the item. Oh wait, no, it's not. Where is it? Is it here next to the flower? I'll just take 2 steps instead of 1. Oh man, this is taking me a lot longer than I thought. Okay, so it's actually that spot. Just like I thought. Not really. Come on. I don't... What? How is that possible? It's... Oh. Okay, so maybe I didn't correctly press A. Max Revive right there, and that's very useful to pick up because that fully restores HP of any Pokemon once it's fainted. And you can't buy those, so you should pick up any Max Revives you find. Here's the fishing guru's older brother, apparently, who loves to fish, and he's going to give us the good rod, but we already have the super rod, so it's kind of pointless. Yeah, I know that you can only catch a Magikarp with an old rod, but with the super rod, we can already catch everything we could catch with the good rod. So, I don't get what's the point of getting it now. You notice there are a lot of Pokemon in display. It's like a Pokemon zoo, right? Right here in Fuchsia City. Here you can find many wonderful and mysterious Pokemon up for display. They're not for grabs, unfortunately. And a lot of these Pokemon are Pokemon that you can find in the Safari Zone. One of them is Kangaskhan right there. He's really rare. In one area he's got a 4% chance, in another he's got a 1%. So, welcome to the Safari Zone! For just 500 Poke or dollars or whatever, you can play the Safari game. You can ride the wide open Safari and catch whatever you like. Would you like to play? That'll be $500, please. We only use a special kind of Pokeballs here, the Safari Balls. We'll call on the PA when you run out of time, or Safari Balls. We'll all wish you the best of luck! So, here it is, the Safari Zone. Yes, we do have to pay an entrance fee of $500, unfortunately, but it's well worth it when you come into a really unique area like this. Of course, this area like this exists in every single Pokemon game there is. There are a lot of unique things about this that separates it from any other areas that you find in the game. For one thing, it's always gonna cost money to go inside, and also they're gonna give you special balls that you can only use in this area, and those balls are, I think, like Great Balls. Over here's a Leaf Stone. There's a lot of items here, so I'm gonna also pick them up on the way while I'm trying to get that HM and those teeth I was talking about earlier. Oh, and there's okay, so you get special balls. find Dodo in here, like I said. These balls are like great balls, so you're not exactly throwing Pokeballs. Here's a sunny day, which is actually, ironically enough, next to the water. But the really unique thing about this area, other than the fact that there's unique Pokemon that you can only find here, is that you can't fight any of the Pokemon you fight here. When I mean fight, I mean you can't weaken them. You can't send out your own Pokemon to fight against them. Over here's a Max Potion, which fully restores your HP, regardless of how much HP you have. And so, because you can't weaken them, you only have two other options. One of them is to throw bait, which will cause the Pokemon to not exactly flee, because there's a chance that the Pokemon will flee, but it makes that harder to catch the Pokemon. The other option is throwing a rock at it, which will make it easier to catch, but it increases the chances of it fleeing after you throw the rock. And the last option is obviously Ball, which you know what it does, and I'm just going to run because I don't need a Nidoran male. I traded mine away for a Nidorina. Down here's a full restore. That fully restores HP and any stats forms you might have. Oh, is there an item there? No, there's no item here. There's only Pokemon that you can find in this area. I'm also gonna, if you haven't noticed by now, I put in the sides of the video or wherever Pokemon that you find in each of the areas, because each of the areas you're gonna notice every time the Safari Zone thing comes back up again, and that's signify that you're in a new area, and in every area there's a different Pokemon that you encounter. Ooh, Rhyhorn, that we haven't seen yet. I'll go into that in a bit, maybe. Each area has different Pokemon that you find in each of them. Some areas even have different rarities of the Pokemon. Oh, there's an item down there, but I can't surf yet. The HM I'm trying to get is actually surf. Oh, look at Nidorina. I could have caught one myself instead of trading it. Too late for that anyway. That's much lower level than the rest of my team. Okay, can't. I don't think I could go there. So, Execute you find here too. You find many, many unique Pokemon. So if you want to pick up a new member for your team, this is the place to do it. There's Execute, there's the really rare Pokemon like Kangaskhan. Ooh, a Quick Claw! I can give that to one of my team members. I know just exactly who to give this to. Oh, there's another thing I forgot to mention about the Safari Zone. You'll notice that the attendant told me that after a certain amount of time, or if I run out of balls, I have to leave the Safari Zone, and that's true. After a set amount of time, well, not time, steps that you take in the Safari Zone, you will be forced to leave, regardless if you caught anything or not. Oh, a Venomoth! That's very rare. Unfortunately, I don't want one because I already have my team pretty much. That would have been a very useful team member, though. And I talked about Venonat when I encountered that. So because there's a step restriction, you have to be very careful in the way that you proceed through this area, because you could easily, you know, waste steps, and in cases like that, you're just wasting time, essentially. You also can run out of balls, but you don't have to worry about balls unless you're trying to catch every single new Pokemon that you can find in the Safari Zone. There's nothing here. I'm gonna double check with my item finder. Ooh, yeah, I know there's one up there, obviously, in front of the water. You'll notice that here, whenever I press the start menu, it'll show me how many steps I have left, so I know how much time I'm dealing with, so I could proceed accordingly. Yeah, time's up. Technically not time, I just ran out of steps or Pokeballs. I didn't catch anything, and unfortunately I'm gonna have to pay another 500 because I'm not quite done yet. Unfortunately. So yeah, that's most of the Safari Zone in a nutshell. You have to go here, like I said, to find the teeth to the Warden, because he's going to give you something. I think he's going to give you an HM. I think he gives you strength. And, you only have a set amount of steps in here, so oh my gosh, it's Kangaskhan! It is freaking Kangaskhan! There's only like a 4 or 1% chance for this thing. Oh shit, I had to catch this! I had to catch this, but how? Bait, rock, run, ball? No, not run. Definitely not run. I'll just go for the ball, because it's not exactly throwing a Pokeball. There's a multiplier on this thing, so... Oh my... I didn't catch it on the first try. I didn't expect it to. Yes, it's watching carefully. They can only do two things. They can either flee or just watch carefully, which means that they're just waiting for you to do a move. One roll. I really don't want to let this chance slip. This is such a rare Pokemon. The chances of finding this thing are so rare. It's about as... I mean, the 3 rare Pokemon in here... Actually, 4. And it fled, of course. Didn't expect to catch it. Not too sad that I'm not, but I really... Oh my gosh, I didn't think I'd find one of the rare ones already. The really rare and unique Pokemon that you really want to pick up here are Scyther or Pinsir, depending on what game you're playing. Scyther for me in FireRed, but Pinsir for Leaf Green. Kangaskhan, as you just saw there, Tauros, and Chansey. Chansey happens to be a very good EXP hog. You don't find any hog. I mean, he gives out a lot of EXP, and he has really a lot of HP. But also, you don't find any in-game, so you might actually not even figure out where Chansey is, because it won't register in your Pokedex. It won't show you the area. Over here we got a Steel Wing TM47. Unfortunately, I got no flying members or anyone with wings, so it's kind of useless to me. Not yet at the moment, anyway. I might pick one up just on the way, because I still need a flyer. Actually, I do have Chiding, but Chiding's not really a team member. He doesn't fight. He fought once against Erica. He did work, though. I'll give him that much. He did reduce Vileplume's accuracy very well. So I'll give him that much. Over here's a protein, and I really need this. I need to increase the attack of a certain team member, Clefo, because its pound doesn't do any damage. What else is there to talk about? There's not much else. I went into everything I wanted to talk about at the Safari Zone. Gold Teeth! This is what we were looking for. This is one of the two things that you need. You need Gold Teeth, and you need to get the other unique rare item, which is the HM, which you're going to get in that house up in the top left. I just pointed my hand there for no reason, even though you guys can't see me. Oh, there's Surf Water. So we reached the end. Got a double team there. That raises evasion, but I'm not going to use it. So we reached the end of the Safari Zone, technically, according to this guy. Oh, finally! You're the first person to reach the secret house! Although I made a campaign for our grand opening, I was getting worried that no one would win our campaign prize. Congratulations! You have won HM03! Surf! Pokemon will be able to ferry you across water using it. And this HM isn't disposable, so you can use it over and over. You're super lucky for winning this fabulous prize. And it is indeed a very fabulous prize. HM03 is home to one of the most powerful water moves, free, because you can teach it to practically any water Pokemon of your choice, and you need it to travel across water in order to, proceed through the game. So you need to come here, and you need to teach it to one of your Pokemon. Of course, you're gonna, even though if you don't have any water Pokemon on your team yet, you don't have to worry about that. Once I go into Silphco and start fighting Team Rocket Grunts in there, someone's gonna give me a water type Pokemon for free, and in case you don't have any water type Pokemon of your own, you can use that to surf instead. But since I already have Blastoise, I don't need to worry about it, and I don't have to add that Pokemon to my team yet. Some of you who've already played the game already know what it is, so I'll just not spoil it for those who haven't, ever bothered to play Fire to Leaf Green, or even the originals. So I'm just gonna go ahead and teach Surf to Turtley, because Water Gun is really weak, and Turtley's not gonna learn a more powerful water move. The only other water move being Hydro Pump for a very, very long time, and I quite frankly don't have the patience for it. So now that I've gotten everything that I've wanted to do done in this episode, I can go into some tips or tricks about the Safari Zone. Since you have a set step counter and ball counter, what you could do is stand in place and simply turn your head. This counts as moving in the grass, so instead of wasting your step counter, you could do this in order to get the certain Pokemon that you want. I forgot what exactly you find in this area, but I'm just demonstrating that this technique is very good in case you want to find the Pokemon you want. Although doing this will make you, run out of Pokeballs in case you don't catch the thing. Also, those things don't exactly have a really high catch rate, so they're not going to be easy. I managed to do it in my run through of FireReds, so I'm pretty sure you guys could do it with enough time on your hands. Rhyhorn isn't a... Oh wait, we did meet Rhyhorn when we fought Giovanni. It's got really good defenses, really good offense, but it has horrible everything else. Oh, that has good HP. So if you're not using a Geodude and you want something that hits even harder than it, then you could pick up a Rhydon. Because even if you get a Geodude and evolve that to Graveler, unless you have a friend who has the game also, or you could trade with anyone else, you're not going to be able to evolve it into its final form, Golem, which we haven't encountered yet, but we will eventually in the game. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just trying to run up the steps because I've already gotten the teeth and the surf. I'll just show you guys what the warden gives me after I hand him his teeth back so he can finally speak properly. In the later games, this Safari Zone doesn't exist. In Gold and Silver and Heart Gold, in Gold and Silver, it doesn't exist. It's closed. It more like, yeah, there's no doorway. Actually, for some reason they got rid of the door altogether. In Heart Gold and Soul Silver, instead, they replaced it with the Pal Park, which is a unique place that you originally found in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, the Sinnoh games. But they brought it into Heart Gold and Soul Silver since it was also a 4th generational game, and they wanted people to migrate their Pokemon from their FireRed and Leaf Green and Emerald and Ruby and Sapphire, all their GBA games, into their 4th generation DS games like Heart Gold and Soul Silver. So I'm just gonna give the teeth back to the warden now. The golden teeth, apparently. He can't accept any other normal teeth. Whoa, he popped it into his mouth. Thank you, lassie. You're a real lightsaver. No one could understand a word that I said. Not a one. I was too ashamed to show my face around the office even. Let me give you something for your trouble. HMO4 Strength. It lets Pokemon move boulders when they're outside of battle. And did you find the secret house as far as zone? Yes, I did. So now with Surf in hand, we can find, I think we can use it with our gym badges. I still need to teach it to someone. So, oh, Clefo can learn it. I'll just delete Pound instead, since it's a more powerful normal type move. Strength has 80 power, and it's physical in general, and because it's a normal type move. So let's, yay, we can use it. This, of course, changed in the later generations when boulders became four spaces big, and they just fell into holes rather than you just move them out of the way. I kind of found this annoying in Generation 5 and 6. Over behind that boulder was apparently a rare candy. I'm not going to use the rare candies yet. Let me just quickly check out my I got 5. I'll wait a little more until I get... I want to wait till my team members are really tough because it's a free level up, and as you level up, it requires more and more EXP to level up your Pokemon. So I'm gonna wait for that to max out, you know, the efficiency of the rare candy. So I'm gonna quickly head back to Saffron City, and you notice that the guarding the Silph building is now moved away from it. So that means we can now freely enter it and beat up the rest of his team for whatever reason. I have no idea why he just happened to move out of the way after we cleared the rocket base, because that's when he moves away. But now with him out of the way, we can explore this building, and you notice it's kind of empty. Well, that's only the first floor. This building is really big, as it should be, since, you know, it's an office building, and it is crawling with Team Rocket grunts. So in the next episode, we're going to finally start covering the Silph and trying to fend off Team Rocket and free whoever is trapped inside this building as the heroine that we are. So, I will see you guys in the next video.